Hi guys, and welcome back to another Cyberpunk 2077 video. In today's video I want to talk about in-game features that are on my wish list and that I hope that they bring to Night City, and I've got 7 for us to talk about today. Now obviously I am inspired from other games that I've played, but because Night City is so diverse, implementing these ideas obviously still be unique. Anyway, if you do enjoy today's Cyberpunk video, don't forget to hit that like button as it helps out the channel, and subscribe for more Cyberpunk content. So the first one on my wish list is some type of expansion to the El Coyote Kojo bar. So the El Coyote Kojo is the name of the bar that you enter at the very beginning of the game, and it's where you meet Jackie. I just think this bar had a little bit more character about it than the Afterlife. It was a bit more snug and it was a lot more aesthetically pleasing, as you can see. And I just hope that they bring something out in the form of missions, storyline, or a campaign DLC of some sort. Maybe working with Jackie's family, and basically the bar being the main focal point around that. It would be cool if you could interact with, say, the pool table and maybe hustle for some money as well. And it's just, I always felt while I was playing through the game that the Afterlife is obviously the main go-to place for a lot of the campaign. And you've done the races with Claire the barmaid, so bringing some characters like local regulars into it that you could do some type of DLC with would be brilliant. And I just think it'd make this little haven that little bit more special. And it's a bit of a homage to Jackie as well, so why not? Number 2 on my list is relationships. So as you know, in the game you do get the chance to have, I think it's up to 4 relationships with characters. You've got Judy, Panam, River and Kerry. Now obviously depending what gender and obviously how you played the game, you can have relations with those characters, and once you've finished their final missions it's just a straight drop off the cliff and you have no interactions with them whatsoever. And I think it'd be cool if you could have like a relationship with them after the campaign, a bit like they did in GTA San Andreas, but obviously with it being Night City there'd be a lot more that you could expand on. You could take them out for romantic meals at restaurants, you could take them out a few drinks in the Afterlife or the El Coyote bar, or you could maybe just have maybe several, if not a dozen places on the map that are special to each individual character that you could take them to for like a sightseeing or a picnic of some sort. And I just think adding that little bit of depth that you could obviously spend with those characters would be a great addition to the game. Number 3 on my list is real estate. Now again, from a GTA perspective, properties and businesses were able to be purchased in GTA 5, and although there wasn't much depth to it, I do think that Project Red could go into this and obviously make this a little bit more interesting. So there's a lot more diversity when it comes to Night City, as I've mentioned before. There's a lot more properties, there's a lot more of like nightlife situations, whether it be nightlife itself, the El Coyote bar, or even Jig Jig Street. So I think it'd be kind of cool if maybe there was some type of DLC where it was a side mission perhaps that you get on the property ladder by helping out someone or getting the deeds to a property and using the cash that you make in game to improve that property, snowball effect to obviously buy a few more properties, and so on and so forth. Each property may be giving you a substantial amount of side missions or storyline to complete in the process. Every week or so you can get the eddies landing straight into your account. It doesn't have to just be with businesses. I do think it'd be cool if you could buy properties and obviously store your cars in them, because at the moment all you can do is call your car to you and you can't really go and visit your cars. So being able to purchase properties, businesses, making more money, purchasing more cars will just give the game that bit of more longevity. Because at the moment I've bought everything, I've completed the game, and I kind of don't want to go back on it, so they've got to give us something that's going to keep us wanting to come back to Night City. Now 4th on my list is co-op. Now I do know we are getting co-op, but I want to talk about obviously aspects of co-op that I would like to see implemented. First thing that comes to mind is missions. So again, more DLC, more storylines, or just simply being able to join a friend's lobby and helping them out with the story campaign, whether it be on hard mode or maybe they bring out an even harder difficulty again, which would obviously be great for co-op. And there's a lot of little things that you could add to the game. You could add VR missions, so if you remember when you done the story mode with River and you end up playing those little VR games with the kids, I thought that was a great addition. I wanted more of that content, so doing something along them lines maybe would be an option. But overall I just think co-op missions, harder difficulty, give us something to test us, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't really struggle with much of the combat in the game. So having something a lot more difficult would obviously be a challenge and obviously rewarding for the completionists out there. Fifth on my list is races. Now, the races we've got in the game are pretty poor. I didn't lose one race, I think I won them all first time, and I do think it's scripted, obviously, because the story within the last race, I won't give too much away in case you haven't got there yet, but there's aspects of that which mean you can't be first, and obviously there's aspects of that where you can't be last. So it is pretty noticeable as well. If you're really far ahead and you haven't crashed in a fast car, second, third, fourth place are literally straight behind you. But if you crash or even go the wrong way for 5 seconds, you literally just have to go 50 meters and you've caught everybody else up. So on a whole, races have been disappointing. So for me, not only should we have more races, if we're going off the co-op side of things, obviously races in co-op would be great. And another aspect from GTA 5 which I really enjoyed was actually being able to create a race. I made several myself. They were quite popular when I first made them, so I would spend hours making races, which is good from Project Red's point of view, because that keeps me on the game, it'll keep others on the game. People dropping into each other's lobbies, searching for tracks, making their own tracks. It's just a win-win situation, and I think it's got to be done. I think that's probably me top of the list out of this 7 that I wish will come to light. Moving on to number 6, it's staying on the car front. I do think we should be able to mod the cars, whether it be buying garages to obviously mod them or just going into a local dealership again like GTA, and being able to tune up the cars to obviously be faster, handling a lot better would be great, because I do think the handling on the car situation isn't the greatest. There's a lot of spinning out, so maybe introducing expensive upgrades to improve all that will be something to aim for again, by making money, keeping us in the game and giving us something to aim for. And finally, number 7 on my list, which I might have touched on briefly earlier on talking about co-op, but I would like to see raids introduced into this game. So in GTA, raids were classed as heists, but they weren't as hard as obviously raids in other games. And for those who don't know, raids really hard missions which you can have up to 4, 6 or 8 players playing at once, and it'll be obviously a mission where you've obviously got to take down enemy groups, but also there'll be objectives within the mission, so you might need net runners to hack through certain objectives, so having somebody with an intelligence build will obviously be able to deal with them. And again, there might be certain bosses that get taken down quicker with tech weapons or shotguns or sniper rifles, so if anybody's built into those specific fields, they'll deal more damage accordingly. Anyway, there you have it, 7 in-game features on my wish list. I would love to talk in depth in the comments down below with you, obviously, on any other features or any of the ones I've mentioned, on things that could be included. So if you do have any inspirational ideas, please do let me know down in the comments. And if you did like this type of video, don't forget to hit that like button, as it does help out the channel, and subscribe for more Cyberpunk content. And until next time, take care.